me about the 5 to 9 CEO. What's this all about? Woo woo.
I know. Thank you so much, Tawanda. So the 5 to 9 CEO was actually birthed during the pandemic, like
Mhm.
this period. And I know the name sounds kind of, a lot of times I get people say 5 to 9. Did you mean to say 9 to 5? Like,
Five
I'm
to
like,
nine.
no, no, it's actually 5 to 9. And then, okay, so I at the beginning of the pandemic, I started to think of, with all these things that are going on, how can I come out with something positive? How can I give people hope? I was thinking from a place of, because people were locked at home, businesses were shut down, and I just felt, you know what? I'm going to try. I won't try. I'm going to do everything I can to get the name, to start something that will give people, that would inspire people, that would, make people look up, something that people can look up to.
Right.
And because I work a 9 to 5,
Mm-hmm.
I started to think about, I was still working. I'm fortunate. I was fortunate enough to be among those that, still had a job, because a lot of
Right.
people, if you recall, a lot of people got laid off, right?
Right.
And
Right.
so, but while on my job, all these years that I've been on my job, I've always wanted to be my own boss. I've always wanted to do my thing, right? I
Right.
love my job for what it does, takes care of the bills and, and other things that come with it. But I started to think, as soon as I got the job, I didn't want to settle. So it came from a place of hunger. It came from a place of, how can I set something up that would put me on the spot, something that would help me to look at where I'm going to, something like a
Right.
goal. And so, because regularly with normal jobs, you have a boss,
Right.
you have directors, you have vice president and things. Everybody tells you what to do, and of course you have the CEO, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I just played around with it. I used to be with my colleagues, and when we have things that we have to do, and sometimes I come and I'm like, okay, I want to be the one giving the structure. Like, I want to be the
Right.
boss. I want to be my own. I want to be an entrepreneur. And because I'm very good at my job, they were like, but you're doing this and you're doing good. So why are you thinking about doing something else? And your job is paying you good. And I'm like, yeah, but something else keep calling me. I feel I want to create opportunities for other people. And so one day, one of them teased me and said, okay, so what are you trying to be? And I said, I'm trying to be the CEO. Like, I want to be the CEO. I want to be the one that will create all these opportunities so that people will come. And he said, but before you can be the CEO, he literally said this. He said, you have to kill a lot of people.
Oh.
because
Literally.
because because we have the directors, we have the senior directors, we have the senior VPs. So it's going to take you a while to get to the CEO. And I said, so what you're saying is it will take a long time
Mm-hmm.
to get to that top management position. And one day I was coming back home, I was driving back home, and I just thought to myself, I said, you know what? A job is not the way to financial freedom, no matter how wonderful your job is, right? And so if I really desire to have financial freedom, do I necessarily have to wait for a certain period or to pay my dues just for me
Right.
to get to, be the boss? How about I start now? Now I work a 9 to 5. What
Mm-hmm.
happens between 5 to 9?
Mm-hmm.
I can be my own boss. That way I don't have to wait. So I can begin to, it's like a vision board for me, right? And so that's how I just, thought about it. And I said, my job pays me for 9 to 5. 9 to 5, I'm limited on what I can do. Right now, I still have to work my job. But nobody determines what happens as soon as I close my computer from 5 p.m. till 9 a.m. the next morning. I
Right.
am in control. That means I am the CEO. So I don't necessarily have to wait. I don't need to kill anybody. I just have to keep working my plans towards my dream. And that's how it started. And then when the pandemic came, I started to think of, how do I reinvent myself? So I decided to go online,
Mm-hmm.
and I started a channel, a Facebook group. I started a Facebook group. I started to grow audience. I had my personal profile. And
Mm-hmm.
then because I do a lot of social media, like I'm always on social media, just inspiring people, giving people hope. I love to take pictures, by the way. That's like one of my
Like me.
what I love pictures. Like today I was at the dentist, but guess what I was doing? I was taking pictures. She was like, well, you're supposed to be cleaning your teeth. And I said, yeah, but I just want to take a picture. And she said, what will you do? I said, funny enough, I just look at it. It just inspires me. Sometimes I share them, sometimes I don't, So I take a lot of pictures. I was taking a lot of pictures from home. Remember, we were at home and all that. And I started to think, okay, you know what? Let me go online. And instead of, because people were dying, the pandemic, you know how it was. There were just this bad, sad moments and things like that. And I said, let me go online and just give people hope. Businesses are being shut down. How about I show people how to grow their audience online using social media, giving them social media tips and strategies. And so I opened a business page and I called it Eseverere, the 5 to 9 CEO. So I go online, I go live, and I share with them, just bringing in, leading from a place of value. And first of all, when I started, I told them I wanted them to, have a goal. The whole purpose of the page is for busy entrepreneurs. Like, don't say, okay, because I'm stuck on a job, I'm going to wait for 35 years before I can start my own business. You can start your business right now.
Right.
So I told them about the vision of the 5 to 9 CEO, and then I started sharing value, and the whole thing just went from there. I got involved in different communities, and that's how I joined the Les Brown's program, because I was trying to improve myself. Because
Right.
we're going to value, you definitely want to equip yourself, get yourself well grounded on the skill sets that you need. So that's how the name came about for me.
High five through the PC.
Thank you.
Now, I heard that you're participating in the 100 km challenge. What made you want to participate in that, and how is that going so far?
Oh, thank you for that question. I didn't know you had that information too, but yes. So the 100 kilometer challenge is actually a Nike program. It's a running program. I got invited to it. I have a friend on Instagram and I saw it, and she was like, join me for the 100 kilometer challenge. I didn't want to join at first because I'm really not very good with exercising. A lot of people say, oh, you look good, you're fit, but I thought about it. I said, you know what? Maybe this would inspire me to start going to the gym. Because you know what, Tawanda, I have been paying for my gym membership for 2 years now, and I haven't stepped in the gym one time.
So what now?
And a lot of times when I share it, I say it on my page too. And I say, you know what, guess what? I've been paying to go to the gym, but I haven't gone to the gym for 2 years. People say, why can't you just cancel it? I don't want to cancel it because if I cancel it, it's going to take me a while to register. It took me a while to register. Right. And so I feel like every time they withdraw that amount from my account, it reminds me you're supposed to be going to the gym, even if you go once a month, right? And so I just kept it there as a reminder. I'm somebody that always like to have something like a vision board, something to remind you. I may not start it now, but I will do it one day. So every time I come online on my 5 to 9 CEO page, I share with my viewers and I tell them, do something new, take up a challenge, start something, do something that you never done before that will excite you, right? So this past 2 weeks, I told them I was going to do something new, and I told them about the 100 kilometer challenge that I'm going to bet on myself that I'll get on it, but I wasn't sure. My paradigms were still saying, you know what, you will not do it. You've been trying to do this for 2 years. And I said, no, I'm going to do it. So I messaged my Instagram friend on Facebook. She happened to be a doctor. And she was talking about how you can lose belly fat from just by working. Right. Even though I know I don't have a lot of belly fat, I just wanted to, just get my body moving basically, right? And so she told me how to sign up, and I was excited when I heard it was coming from Nike. So it's an app. So you click on the app. I had to sign up through her page, and then we're in this group called the Team Cutting Edge Challenge, and it's like a leadership board. How it depends on how many miles we're actually supposed to be working, but if you can run, that's fine. So every morning now, that's what I've been doing. I wake up in the morning, and guess what? I'm on the road. I'm walking. I'm so excited because, like I said, 2 years. It took me 2 years. But I'm doing it. So it doesn't really matter how long, you just need to take that first step. You know, it may
Fact.
take you 6 months, may take you 6 years, but trust me, as soon as you take that first step, you just tell yourself, you know what, I can do it. And let me tell you something else about the challenge. Since I started working, don't tell anybody. Since I started working, I'll be getting pains.
What?
Yeah, so I'm sharing my wins. Like, oh, I walked 3 miles today. I walked 4 miles today. But what I haven't told them is that I've been getting my feet has been hurting me,
Ooh.
and I feel like stopping. Like,
So you didn't walking shoes.
yeah, so I'm actually using walking shoes, but I think it's because I haven't exercised
Mm,
for a long time, and
right.
then coupled with the fact that since the pandemic we've been home, right?
Hmm.
So my body has not done a lot of motion,
Right.
and so, but I'm
Good
not gonna stop.
adjustment.
I'll keep going.
Congratulations. I'm
Thank
so proud
you.
of you. Woo woo.
Thank you.
You got
Thank
this, and you
you.
got to keep it going too.
Yes, yes.
So, with that, you are a highly respected member of the Power Voice family. That includes like minded individuals who Mr. Brown coaches and mentors through the finding of their voice and shifting paradigms. I always pronounce that wrong. Um, how long have you been a member? And can you tell our listeners or viewers what the journey has been like? Because that is like phenomenal.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I actually, like I said, I found out about the Power Voice program while I was on my journey of helping people. Why, when I gave birth to the 5 to 9 CEO, where I wanted to share value. And then one day I felt if I'm going to be out here speaking to people, I might as well learn the skills behind public speaking, right?
Right.
And so I started to follow Les Brown. And one day he said, type voice. I'm like, what does voice mean? He's like, if you want to improve your skills, if you want me to show you how I speak and things like that, of course, who doesn't want to speak like Les Brown? And so I typed voice, and that was actually it was in June, or no, it was in July.
Mm-hmm.
And I signed up for the program. So I actually joined in July.
Oh
And
wow!
yes, I joined in
Recently.
July. Yeah, it was in July that I signed up, and fortunately we started to learn because
Mm-hmm.
he comes on weekly. We have direct contact with him, mentorship, and then he listens to us. One of the things he tells us is some things are learned and some things are caught. So you have to watch the way I speak, watch my mannerism, learn the techniques, learn the skills. So he's equipped us with all these tools that we're using. And I can't emphasize this enough. The program literally has changed my life.
Mm-hmm.
Like my whole vision, my goal, everything, it aligned, because at first I wanted to be sure it was going to align with my journey of where I was going, right? At first I said, oh, you know what, I want to learn how to speak, and I want to learn how to speak professionally. And of course, because naturally I've been getting feedback that I can motivate people, I can inspire people, but you don't know it all, so
Mm-hmm.
I felt, okay, let me get attached to the godfather of motivation and see what skills I can get from him,
Right.
and add that to my personal soft skills, and use that for my own personal development. And I must tell you the fact, the program really changed me, because I thought I was just going to learn how to speak, but it has opened doors to learning about mindset, which I have brought back to the 5 to 9 CEO platform. And I'm sharing all this knowledge with my viewers. And it has made me a better person. It has opened doors of opportunities. I've been able to mingle with quality people. They say your network is your net worth, or your net worth is your net. I think I have that upside down, but so only quality people, like-minded people, people that we're all different,
Right.
right? We are very different. We all have our different goals. We have different things that we want to achieve, but in the long run, we're just a community. What I love about the community is everybody is pushing to do better.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody is taking the basic skill that we've learned, and we are running, in our own different areas, or our own different expertise. And it's been a life-changing experience. And fortunately, there are a lot of us in the community, but I happened to, 3 months down the line, I got selected as one of the speakers that were going to share the stage with Les Brown. And I
Right.
don't know if you know about that, but yes, I was. And so that actually happened in October.
Mhm.
And, we went live on stage, and that program alone has opened many doors of opportunity.
Wow.
Like many people saw me from the program. They reached out to me. After then, I've gotten speaking engagements from there. I even have engagements for next year. Like people have booked,
Wow.
like, after the pandemic, I need you to come and speak to my audience. I mean, so it has taken my motivational speaking career to a different level.
That's phenomenal. And you learn from the grandfather. So
Exactly. What do you
it had to be
expect?
great. It had to be great. So
Yes.
I, what is it like being coached and mentored by Mr. Brown?
Hmm. What is it like being coached and mentored by Mr. Brown? First
Hmm.
of all, it's a privilege and an honor to
Hmm.
be coached and mentored by him,
Right.
because he's a highly sought after
Yes.
coach. Like when you talk about motivational speaking, almost 99% of the time people are thinking about Les Brown. You
Right.
agree with me,
Right.
right? So I would say, first of all, I'm very honored. I feel very honored and privileged. That's one thing. Number two is the exposure that it has given me.
Hmm.
And it's been giving me a lot of exposure because, as soon as people hear that you're trained by Les Brown, they definitely want you to, you automatically become a sought after coach, if I can put
Right.
it, sorry, a sought after speaker, right? They
Right. Right.
just, they're like, oh, wow. It's like you saying your dad is the president,
Right.
you know what I mean, right? So that has given me a lot of exposure. And then number three is it has helped me to find myself
Mm-hmm.
in the process, because he's taught me how to share my story
Hmm.
in a way that people will know me,
Right.
in a way that people will like me,
Hmm.
and in a way that people can trust me,
Right.
which I've been able to bring back to my business, which is the 5 to 9 CEO. I
Hmm.
tell people that you want people to join your business, you want people to partner with you. It's applicable in all areas of life.
Right.
You can't just jump to a stranger. You need to give them time to know you.
That.
And the way you get time to know you, as soon as you open your mouth, people can actually detect who you are.
Hmm.
Your first 5, 10 seconds will determine if people are going to listen to you. So he's taught me a way to express myself so that people can know me. Because as soon as I open my mouth, people are asking, who is it?
Right.
Who are you? What do you have to offer? And why should I care about you? So he's taught me how to articulate better. I could speak. Every one of us that joined the program could speak. We could talk, but learning the technique, the technicality behind speaking, and not just speaking,
Right.
like speaking with a definite purpose, that, I mean, I'm just going to take for the rest of my life, because like I said, I've applied it not just to my business, I've applied it on in my career, my journey, my life goals. I apply it even to my friends that are not even in the Power Voice program. They
Right.
can see a difference. Like they're wondering, like, you've been transformed. It's just been a transformational experience. I mean, you've always been exceptional, but
Mhm.
there's just something about you. And I know all this is coming, has all this feedback started after I joined the Power Voice program. So discovering me.
You have a glow.
Thank you.
You
Oh, thank you for
have a glow. Take a
reaffirming that.
drink,
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. So you recently posted making one person smile can change the world. Maybe not the whole world, but their world. Don't allow stress of life stop you from smiling. And nothing in future will make you happy. Be happy now. A joyful heart is good medicine. Can you expand that me? Can you expand on the meaning behind what you wrote? I'm smiling.
Okay. You look so much better when you smile.
Oh, when you don't smile.
Oh, yes. So the meaning behind that post, as you can tell, I smile a lot,
Mhm.
right? And I'm not faking it. I wish, I don't even think you can fake it, because happiness, true meaning of happiness is from within.
Thanks.
You would, it's not the things that are around you that will make you happy. You have to choose to be happy. Happiness is a choice. And so when I posted that, was like I told you, I love to take pictures. I just posted, I took, and most of the time the pictures literally speak to me.
Right.
So I just don't take pictures. I take pictures on purpose. Because the picture, I have messages that come out from the picture. So I come back home, I sit back, and I'm looking through my gallery, and the pictures are speaking to me. So, and that's how I post. It's like, it's an inspirational thing. I can't, sometimes when people don't understand, I really can't explain it, right? And so I was just trying to encourage somebody to smile out there, because I know it's so hard to smile.
Right.
2020 is a very exceptional year. I'm not sure we're going to ever forget this year for the rest of our life.
Right.
No matter how 2021 turns out, but we'll always remember it started, what happened 2020.
Right.
And I know that a lot of people are hurting. It's so hard to smile. It's so hard to tell somebody to smile when they're hurting. People are losing loved ones, right? People dear to them. Parents are dying. People are sick. People are in the hospital.
Right.
People are losing their jobs. And like I told you, I post a lot on social media, but my goal, my intention is just to help people. I want people to have a reason to smile again. I want people to not focus on, this is life, right? Things are going to happen. We should be aware about what's going on, but we don't necessarily have to be consumed by the things that are going on around us, right? We can't control the things that are happening around us, but we can control our feelings. Right. And so I've worked on myself so much that I tell myself, okay, Eseverere, everything may not be working 100% for you, but what is that 1% that is working?
Facts.
So I've learned to amplify the 1%, because what happens is a lot of times people focus on the piece that is not working, and that's what affects their mood, right? Okay, for instance, somebody comes and say, you know what, I just lost my baby. It's a sad news, especially for somebody that's has been trying to maybe conceive for a long time, right? I'm gonna feel the person's pain.
Right.
But one thing I want to do is I want to direct the person to the fact that she's still alive, so she can try again.
Right. That's right.
And if you turn the table around and you look at things from that perspective, what happens is it gives you hope and it puts life into you again. And then you can smile again. Because if you stay in that state, it won't help, right? And that's the state that leads to depression. That's the state that leads to withdrawal. People don't want to relate with people anymore, So I always want to, bring out the positive aspect. It's not like I'm not aware of what's going on, but how about the things that are happening for me? We're still here, we're still alive, we can still smile. If you can still smile. If you don't have your cheek, I can understand. But you can, and it's a mindset thing. It's something that you have to work on for a while, to be able to get there. Especially, I didn't used to smile, let me tell you. Growing up, I didn't used to smile. Growing up, I had an elder brother that always used to, he wasn't teasing me. He used to annoy me. Like, he just comes to me and say, why are you frowning? I'm not frowning. This is how my face looks. This is how my face is. My face is like this. So when I noticed that as I started to grow up, I wasn't really frowning, but it looked like my face was always hard. It wasn't friendly. And so I consciously started to work on smiling. And the way I did was from within. I started to think about, like I said, I started to think positively. I started to, concentrate on those things, amplify those things, stay around things that will make me happy, right? And like I always say, concentrate on your strengths and not your weakness, right? If you can't do something, those things are definitely going to make you sad. The things you can't do are going to make you sad. Stay in your happy place. Stay in your happy moment. I know what's going to make me happy is to grab a phone and, take a picture of myself. Trust me, as soon as I turn on the camera, I'm smiling. So I do the things that make me smile. So that's what I was saying there in that post, like, stay on putting a smile on somebody's face, because you know what, Tawanda? If you put a smile on somebody's face, I put a smile on your face.
Yes, you did.
You're going to turn around and smile to your neighbor, and your neighbor will turn around and smile to the other neighbor. And what happens? We'll have all happy people, right? So let's try as much as possible to. That's the idea.
I love it.
Thank you.
And then this is going back to Les Brown. So you were a featured speaker with Les Brown at the Power Voice Summit too. on October 24th, a speaker at the main C Mastermind Summit with Mr. Brown on November 7th, a speaker, stay focused on your goals, certified by Les Brown as a motivational speaker, a next gen influencer, host and founder of the 5 to 9 CEO podcast. How did you find time to do all this during this time?
How did I find time to do all this? When you love something,
Mm-hmm.
it's not hard for you to find time. The
Right,
only time you say you don't have time is when you don't really want something. If you want something, you go for it. No matter when somebody tells you, okay, you know what, my schedule is full. If they really care about you or about that thing, they will make time in their schedule,
right,
even if it means starving themselves of sleep, right?
right,
So this is, like I said, it's my passion, it's my thing, it's something that I love. And so finding time for it is not really a problem. It's not an issue. I'm doing this around my extra time, by the way, because I still have my job. But
right,
of
right, right.
course, in the long run, my goal is to, which is very soon in the pipeline, don't tell anybody yet. I'm about, I'm going to transition away from my job, which is, where the 5 to 9 CEO vision came from. So,
Right.
like I said, the 9 to 5, I may not be able to do much Monday through Fridays, but the 5 to 9 and my weekends, I can always create time for something that I love, something that gives me joy. And that's how I've been able to do. I've been walking around in between, you know, sometimes my break time, between my 9 to 5, my break time, I'm doing one of all these things. Either I'm attending, I'm featuring on a podcast, and because I love it. When you love something, you don't even feel that you're working. You don't even feel you're overworking yourself, right? Yes, that's
Right.
it, and it gives me joy, and that's why I know I'm gonna stay on this route, on my entrepreneurial journey, because this journey gives me so much joy. Like, it fills me up. But trust me, if I'm on my 9 to 5 and somebody says I needed to work an extra hour, I'm like, it feels like work, right?
Because
So
that's not
that
your
way I'm not going to be able to find time. Exactly. But with
that's your
this,
passion.
it's a passion. So time is not a problem. I said, I can actually do it for, even if it's not giving me any money. That's how much I love it, because
Wow.
it gives me joy. Like,
Right.
it's my happy place.
It makes you cool.
Yeah, it keeps me.
So, what do you do during your free time? Do you have hobbies besides exercising?
Oh, exercising just got in my bucket, right? So I am also, one talent during my free time. One thing I do is I sing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a singer.
Okay.
Actually in the choir in my church, so I can sing in my way. But yeah, I lead a church, so that tells you something. So I sing. Either I'm listening to music. I love to travel. Recently, for the main seed event, I actually went on a road trip, and I was alone. I didn't have my kids with me. That was the first time I was traveling alone for maybe
Wow.
about 10 years. Yeah, I've never really been alone, but I enjoyed it
That
because I
was
had me
different.
time. Yes, it was different. I
Mhm.
had me time. So I love to travel. I love to travel by air, because I take the time to just, relax. I love to travel. And even when I don't have opportunities to travel, one thing I do is I can just get out of my house and just go to, maybe drive like 30 minutes, check into a hotel, just for me to refresh. It still feels like I traveled,
Yeah.
because I'm in a different area, right? I'm in a
Right.
different location. So that's one, because that's the time I can sit back and reflect. So traveling is actually one of my hobby, and I started out my career anyway in aviation industry back in Africa, in Nigeria actually. So I used to travel a lot. So it's still in me, kind of, even when I relocated to the States. Yes, so I love to travel. I love to sing. I love to meet people.
Mhm.
So I find ways to meet, like seeing you for the first time. I feel like I've known you. Like,
Aw.
I get excited just establishing new relationships,
Mhm.
and good relationships, because we have to surround ourselves with quality people. But
Right.
even when I meet people that are not so quality people, I still give them the benefit of doubt, because sometimes some people just need that help to be able to push. But if I know they're going to pull me down, of course I'm going to, but
Right.
if I give them that, like I shine, because light and darkness, if you think about it, the light will always shine in the darkness, right? So sometimes people get attracted to your light, and you can pull, because at the end of the day, we want to pull more people on the bright side, right?
Right.
So I give them that opportunity. So I love to meet people. I love to meet good people. I love to meet quality people. I love to inspire people. Oh my God, that's like my best moment. Yeah. So I look for opportunities. It may not necessarily be speaking, because sometimes the things you don't say are even more than the things that you say. Right. So yeah, so every avenue that I have, I do that. I love to listen to music because I know how to sing.
Favorite
So
artist?
yeah, my favorite artist, African, is actually an African artist.
African artist. Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's an African that I follow her a lot. She's called Sinash. She's the one that sang Waymaker, the Waymaker that everybody's hearing about now in church. Yeah, Sinash. I've been following her for a long time.
Okay, I'm gonna look her up. Well, her music.
Yeah, her music. Yeah, Sinach, Sinach, and you can look up Waymaker. She actually just recently got an award, even in Tennessee here. My CD. Yeah, she's quite popular. So she's actually my favorite artist, and I have other ones too. But yeah, right now she's on the top of my list. Yeah.
She's it. So
those are some of the things I do.
What 3 words would you use to describe yourself, and why those 3 words?
These 3 words, I can attribute them to my values.
Okay.
And these are, I would say, they are the 3 key. I mean, I'm going to wrap them under, I have a lot of values, but I want to wrap them under these 3 keywords, right? Number 1 is my faith. Something that won't change no matter what happens, no matter how people treat me, is my faith.
That's right.
I'm not going to denounce my faith, and I believe in what my faith stands for, right? I hold my faith very strongly. So 1 is my faith. Number 2 is integrity.
Right.
I know that for you to go far in life, you need to have integrity.
That is right.
You say what you mean, and you mean what you say, and you stand by what you say. It's really very, very important, right? And so I'll say faith, integrity, and the last one will be, what 3 words? Let me use happiness.
Happiness.
Yeah.
That is also.
Yeah, so something just has to make me happy, like positivity, happiness, joy, that's me. Like, that's what I want to be known for.
Love it.
Thank you.
So what do you think your sons think of all that you're doing as an entrepreneur?
My sons? Okay, I didn't know you knew you had sons. Okay. What do I think my sons think? My sons think I am a strong woman. They commend me for that. They see me as a role model. I was talking to a friend this morning, and I told her that one of my sons is already saying, you know what, Mom, just watching your journey, I am already thinking about going straight into entrepreneurialship. That's what he told me. And I said, well, you don't know what the future holds here. Maybe you need the experience, because at least I have the experience from corporate America that I'm bringing in. But I felt touched that he said that, because that means, sometimes we don't know that our kids are watching us. Like right now, I'm speaking to you, they're upstairs, but they're listening, right? And you don't even know that those things that you're doing, that's why it's always good to be a very positive role model, because if I was doing something bad, they would have been picking it up, knowingly or unknowingly, right? So I felt very touched when he said that. So they see me as a strong mom. They see me as a positive role model, which is very good. And they also see me as their mom.
Oh, right. And not like a friend.
They see me as their mom. And when I say mom, it's not being a mother, it's it comes with a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So for you to be able to balance entrepreneurial journey, work, if you're working, and still be there for your family, it takes a conscious effort,
Yes,
right?
it
So
does.
I don't want to gain the whole world and lose my soul or my children,
Right.
right? So I involve them in what I'm doing
Mm-hmm.
as much as possible. I'll tell you a story. This morning, I took my son had a dental appointment. So he had one before me. Mine was in the afternoon. So I took him for his dental appointment. And on our way back, I told him about this interview. I said, "Oh, I'm going to have an interview later in the evening. So I need to wrap up everything I'm doing very quick just so that I can go for a work and just still be ready by the time I have my interview." And he's like, "What do you mean you have an interview today?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Oh, you know what? Because I didn't work today. I took the day off." And then he said, "Oh, mom, you seem to be doing a lot. But I hope when you get rich, you'll remember that we are your kids."
Right.
No, he didn't say. He said, "I hope when you become a billionaire, you'll remember that we are your kids." And I said, "Why not? Guess what? Once I become a billionaire, because I'm definitely going to become a billionaire,
Right.
we all are billionaires. So you are in this journey with me. We're going together." So when he said that, that tickled me. I was like, "Look at this
Going on
boy. You
vacation
think
too.
you think I'm going to forget you?"
Right. No, no, no. You come with the package.
You come with me. Yeah, we're in this together.
So funny. Um,
Yeah.
what do you want your impact to be?
What do I want my impact to be?
Mhm.
I think I mentioned it during the course of our discussion. I want people to I want to leave this world empty. I want to live full while I'm alive, but I want to die empty.
Mhm.
And that means I want to give all of myself. I want to help people as much as possible. Like I said, it's not just about you seeing the light. When you see the light, how many other people can you go bring to also see the light with you?
Right.
So God blesses us. I believe that God blesses us for a reason.
Right.
God has chosen me for a reason. God has chosen you for a reason, for what we're doing right now,
Right.
right? But the true blessing lies in what we do with what God has given us.
Mhm.
So I want to help as many people as possible, and I want to equip as many people as possible. Maybe that's the right word, because sometimes we help them, but we don't equip them. And they
Right.
said it's not about giving a man fish, it's about teaching him how to fish
Right. Right. Right.
so that he can always go back and fish for himself.
That's right.
So that's my goal. I just don't want to help people like have all these things, achieve all these things, and at the end of the day, I'm like, okay, no, I want to equip them, like strengthen them, give them the tools, the necessary tools that they need, just so that they can also hit the ground running. That way we can duplicate faster. We can
Right.
duplicate results faster. That's the way I see it. So like I said, I want to be a very positive impact. I want to leave a very positive blueprint on the earth. I'm going to leave full. By the end of the day, my goal is to die empty. I don't, we all have, I always say this, we all have certain time span that God has planned for us. We don't know how long it's going to be, but I want to help people find their purpose,
Mhm.
because it took me a while to find my purpose, to
Right.
find the reason why I'm here. Right. I don't think it should take everybody that long, because what if I had gone before now? Right. So
Right.
I want to give people the tools to be able to find what they're aiming for, and then help people as much as possible, as much as I can, and people remember me. I want to be an inspiration. I want to live an exemplary life, because
Mhm.
sometimes what we say and what we do are two different things.
That is correct.
I want to be somebody that says something, stands for it, live it. People, I don't need to tell you I'm a Christian. You should see me and be able to read the Bible
That's
from
right.
the way I live my life, from the way I speak, from the way I act.
I love it. So, and this is my last question. What advice would you give to people who are considering being an entrepreneur?
Oh, if one great, or some of the advice that I can give to people that are aspiring to be entrepreneur is one, don't wait, start now. Because that's the vision that I have, right? With the 5 to 9 CEO. So don't wait for the right time. Start now. Take that first step. Take that leap of faith, right? The first step is always the hardest. When you take the first step, it's going to seem like, it's very hard to take the first step. Let me put it that way. But when you take this first step, you ask yourself, why didn't I take the first step since? Like, I should have done this a long time ago. Now time has passed, right? So take that leap of faith, go for it. Jump, because you will grow your wings as you are on the route, basically. So trying to be an entrepreneur. Then another thing I want to say is learn the set skills that are available, depending on where you want to, there are different areas of entrepreneurship. Okay. So get yourself equipped with the right tools, get mentorship. Right. If you have to, get a mentor. You don't have to reinvent the wheels. Look for people that have done it in the area that you're trying to go. Partner with them. Sometimes your money can save you time, right? A lot of times people don't want to spend money because they feel like, okay, I think I can do this thing myself. But trust me, it'll take you 3 years to because you keep failing, and then it might take you 3 years to discover that thing. Meanwhile, if you just pay somebody that has gone through it, maybe it will just take you 3 months or 6 months, and that way you can move on to the next big thing in your life, right? So money sometimes can save you time. So get mentorship, invest in yourself, learn the necessary skills, and these are things that you should do at your foundational stages. Just so that you can, you don't get frustrated. Because a lot of times some people go into entrepreneurship and they get frustrated, like, this is not working for me, and they are, moving away and things like that. So learn those things, invest in yourself. Investing in yourself, nobody can take that away from you. So invest in yourself, learn the skills that you need, get mentorship, take the move. Then another thing about making the move is sometimes we just acquire all this knowledge, but we don't apply them. No action. And if there's no action, it's as good as you not learning anything, right? So put action into it. And one word I like to use is imperfect step. It's not going to be right. Trust me. Anything that you're doing in life, there's always room for improvement. We didn't know we were going to be here. At first, when we started to do Zoom meetings, it wasn't this perfect. Even Zoom, the Zoom app itself was not even working right? But they've been reinventing. There's always a 1.1 or 1.0, and then there's 5.0. There will always be inventions, will always improve. So don't try to get everything right at first. Just take that imperfect step. When I first started 5 to 9 CEO, I didn't even know where it was going to lead me to. But as soon as I took that first step, took that leap of faith, things began to evolve, and I'm still growing. I mean, I'm not there yet, right? So just go for it, shoot for it, partner with like-minded people. Keep going, you'll get it. Oh, what happened to your volume? I can't hear you.
Oh, what about now?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you now.
So this is a weird mic, like you just tap it and hit the mute button and it's a wrap. So I've been talking this whole time, like cheerleading and doing all this back here, and you heard nothing I said.
I mean, but I was feeling your energy though.
That's so funny.
But okay. I love your mic. You mean you have to tap your mic? It reminds me of something in Africa. Like you just tap it and it keeps going.
I just tapped it. I'm like, oh, oops.
Behave yourself.
Got to be more careful. So thank you so much. Can you give our not readers, because this is clearly not my blog, our viewers your social media handles and your YouTube and your website information so people can follow you and just stay empowered by what you have to say?
Sure. You can find me on my personal page as Eseverere Akara, but I have a business page where I'm building an audience, and these are people that just raise their hand. They love what I'm sharing. I give value. I teach people how to share their business or how to talk about their business or how to grow their audience and reach the right target audience by getting people to know them, to like them and trust them. So I have that business page on my fan page, and it's called Eseverere the 5 to 9 CEO. So once you put Eseverere, the 5 to 9 CEO online, you're going to find me. And of course, I'm on Instagram as Eseverere 5 to 9 CEO. And I have my website. I have a free report for you. Actually, if you go to my website, I have a website called just www.justessay.com. You can click on the free report and you can have that and use it. It talks about how I was able to take a leap of faith and how I'm able to jump. So if you're an entrepreneur and you're trying to take that leap of faith, you want to read that I have for you there, and it's going to inspire, it's going to bless you. But thank you so much for having me here.
Thank you.
Tawana, I'm so excited. Thank
Such a
you.
joy. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you to the team, to Interrupted Blog Media. Shout out to you all. Thank you. I'm excited. Thank you. I'm so happy. I really got a lot of value, talking with you. And I look forward to future.
Definitely. I'm getting ready to follow you, girl. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Have a nice day.